Anytime you tell anyone that you're moving to a tiny home, where are you gonna do all your stuff? How are you gonna live like that? And then sometimes with some people, they go, oh, that's cool. You go from one extreme to the other.
I think most of our kids were okay with it, but I think that generation, they're more minimalist. That sounds cool, sounds like an adventure. Yeah. It's been real interesting, kind of all over the map as far as people's reactions. We just let them know this is what we felt led to do, and the reasons why is so that we have a more secure retirement and not as much upkeep and
more time.
So it just
about
made sense.
60s, I think all of a sudden you start going, there's more time behind us than there is ahead of us. And all of a sudden that becomes a real value, more than money. Time together, time to go see things, do things. Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Ellen. And we live in our tiny house on 2.5 acres in southern Colorado.
It's 14 by 30. It's a manufactured tiny house. It's on a concrete block foundation, crawl space.
And it was built by Dreamwood Homes in Penrose, Colorado.
And then we have a shed that's for storage that's 10 by 20. One of the things we use a shed for is I work from home still, and so I have a little workstation there. So if I need to do a Zoom call or talk to clients, and I have the private area to do that.
Out in the shed, I've also got some extra kitchen items that I don't use every day, like my cookie cutters, larger, small appliances. That way I can just run out there and grab them when I need them.
Some of the things that the tiny house came with, one is the metal roof on it, which is awesome. And what's great about it is the exact color we would have picked if we had built it. Same with the color on the outside of the house. We also have 2 rain barrels. One of the things we did when we got here was we added power, electricity to the shed. So for working purposes and run my tools out there. Since we had an electrician do that, we also added a 50 amp power source for friends who have RVs. Actually in July, I had a friend come from Missouri with his RV and spend a week.
Why don't you come with me and we'll show you on the inside.
Come on in.
Welcome to our 420 square foot house. What we love about the inside is the tongue and groove walls, the tongue and groove ceiling, a little bit of a pitch ceiling so it doesn't feel too small in here.
One of the things we like about this tiny house that's been awesome is the covered front deck. We spend a lot of time out there. Matter of fact, we kind of schedule our day around. We have about 25 hummingbirds, and so we try to make sure that we can be on the front deck. I have my hammock I put up, and Ellen sits in the swing, and we watch the hummingbirds until they leave for the evening.
We're here in beautiful Pagosa Springs, Colorado for a very special collaboration to support veterans and their families.
And it involves one of our favorite tiny house nonprofits. Introducing the American Home Shield Tiny Home Big Warranty Event.
American Home Shield is collaborating with Operation Tiny Home to build 3 tiny homes to be given to Project Sanctuary and used as versatile housing for veterans' families while attending mental health retreats.
Project Sanctuary believes that when one serves, the whole family serves. We envision a future where military families receive the support, healing they need for a more hopeful future. Incredible partners like American Home Shield are making that a reality.
Tiny homes offer dignity, comfort, and security for families who may not have experienced those in years.
The houses need peace of mind too. American Home Shield is also donating home warranties for when unexpected covered breakdowns of home systems or appliances occur.
Follow us during the American Home Shield Tiny Home Big Warranty Event.
No matter the size, your home is likely your most valuable investment.
On this side of our tiny home is our kitchen. Everything that we need for daily living. The previous owners did a great job of picking out our range because we have the storage drawer instead of a broiler, which was great, so I can store our pots and pans down there. We made sure and save space where we could. We have the magnetic knife block, which is a lifesaver. It's great. Keeps you from reaching into a drawer and poking your fingers. We have above cabinet storage that houses most of my baking supplies. We have a small stepladder that I just used to get into those things. We have the spice cabinet. The drawers, we only have 4 drawers, but they hold plenty. Underneath the sink, we do have the cleaning supplies, but I've also put our air fryer down there because we just don't use it as often. And we have our cat food down there. We don't have a dishwasher, which has been fine for us, but this has been working fine. The faucet telescopes out so I can move it if I have a bigger pan that I need to use it for. We have a beautiful piece of stained glass that our daughter and her husband gifted us, and so it has a prominent spot here in the kitchen. And since we're both kind of bird nuts, I mean, it just fits in perfect with our home. The kitchen seems to have plenty of storage for what we need. We utilize every cabinet. We have the silverware drawer, the Tupperware drawer. We did find that we needed a little more storage space, so Tim found this one online, and we can just roll it out and get the items that we need and then just push it back. And it's black, so it matches the side of the fridge, so that was nice. We have a little bit smaller fridge, but it's a full-size fridge, and it's plenty big enough for what all we need. This cabinet we brought from our last home. It was small enough that we knew it was going to fit in this kitchen. It works out really well. We put the shelves in. These are our everyday dishes, the bowls, the mugs, and we have some family pieces that we were able to bring with us. Maybe not larger furniture pieces, but we have like the old clock that was a family piece. We have an old Pyrex bowl that I keep on top of the shelves that was Tim's mom's bowl. So it's not that you can't bring heirlooms with you, you just have to be more particular about which ones you bring.
And in the living room, one of the things we did when we first got here, because we didn't have a love seat, but it's a reclining double love seat, which has been awesome. We love it. Once again, we bought some more shelves for some of our books and stuff, and then some of our artwork and photos. It's always great to have wall space for pictures of family. If you look around our house, you will not see a TV, okay? So what we do is we found this table online, and it's mobile, so which is great. And we use our laptop, and we primarily do a lot of YouTube watching in the evenings, and we'll sit down and use this. And so it's worked out really well. I've got a little portable Bose speaker, good sound quality if we're playing music through either Pandora or YouTube, and it works great. And it opens up for storage. It's been great. It's really worked well for us. The last two houses we had were some big project houses, and we wanted at this stage of our life to walk in and everything be done. So there's nothing that we need to do, but there are some things we may want to do. One of the things we talked about in a couple of years, we're going to try to save up, and we may bump out maybe a 12 by 16 room off of this wall here, just have a little extra space and put a sleeper sofa out there so we have grandkids or friends that need to stay over who will have the space for that.
We've been married 25 years last October, blended family, 5 kids between us and 2 grandkids.
We met in 1999 online. So I was a single dad in Colorado with 2 kids, and she was a single mom in Kansas City, Missouri with 3 kids. Well, 2 things that we talked about early on when we first met.
As you know how it is, you kind of cut to the chase second time around. You know,
yeah.
You're not trying to impress anybody.
We kind of established open and honest about everything.
Yeah.
And simpler is better.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Life is complicated enough.
Yeah.
I'm a graphic artist, mostly working in the newspaper business.
Well, joined the Army in 1999 out of high school and spent 5 out of my first 6 years, 2nd Infantry Division in Korea. Then ended up becoming a recruiter for 6 years, and then eventually was a counselor at Fort Carson, Colorado.
When we lived in Custer County, you were the Veteran Service Officer.
Yeah, did that for 4 years, helping veterans with their disability claims and their appeals, and it's the best job I ever had. So 2018 was a crazy year. My mom and dad lived with us up in our house in Rosita. He passed away in March. Mom moved back to Illinois in June. July, I had a heart attack. I had an extreme case of anemia. We were living at 8,850 feet. After my heart attack, my cardiologist recommended to let the body heal, move to lower elevation. But once you spend time up here in the mountains, you got the bug. I grew up south side Chicago, didn't see the mountains until I was 32 years old. And the first day that I saw Pikes Peak, I knew I was home. And so that's always the pull back for me, is when I'm here, I feel like I'm home. So we went to Michigan for 2 years, and went back to Missouri for 4 years. So long story short, we were in Florida with the grandkids for Christmas. I said, well, what's going back on?
Zillow.
On Zillow. And this place popped up, and we've been watching your videos and other videos on tiny homes for quite a few years, and showed it to my wife. She said, maybe we should go look at it.
Yeah, because we did miss the mountains. We have so many friends that are still here.
Still out here, and connections out here.
But the weather is what really gets you. I mean, and the views. It's just so mild. You know, it's even in the wintertime, it's not super cold like back in the Midwest with that humidity, and the summers are just perfect. So we decided to come look.
And we closed on Valentine's Day. Yeah. So it was my gift, Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, to each other.
Well, sure.
Here in the hallway, we have our mini split, and it's heating and air conditioning. We used it so far as a heater, and it works great. And the heater's really important because we have exceptionally long winters here, and thankfully it's part of our American Home Shield warranty coverage. And if we need to, we do have baseboard heaters if we need a little extra heat. Also in the hallway, we have a cedar chest that is, again, a family piece, but before we chose to bring it with us, I made sure that all of our bedding would fit in there, so I didn't have to worry about, you know, we don't have a linen closet. So we have a place for our bed linens. Chose to hang up one of Tim's photographs in here of a little water droplet on some aspen. It's one of our favorite photos that he's taken. And then on this wall, we have our granddaughter's gallery. They send us some of her artwork, and so we love showing that off for her. Off the hallway, we have our bathroom. We really like the size. It's not a tiny bathroom for in a tiny house. We have everything that we need. We have the vanity. We have, you know, your usual storage for cleaning supplies. I don't have a lot of hair products, so I just have a smaller bin. So that works out really good for that. And we have a really large medicine cabinet with the mirror. And again, it's plenty of space. Something that we learned, we were getting frustrated because when you opened it, it bangs into the woodwork. So we just added these felt pads on the hinge side, and that stops it from hitting the wood. So something that we learned living tiny. We do have the fan going right now. A lot of people mention that mold and humidity is a problem in tiny homes. So we make sure we always run the fan when we're using the shower. But in Colorado, it's really not an issue. It's so dry out here. Bathroom came with the over-the-toilet cabinet. Again, that's great storage. We ran across this at Walmart, a skinny little storage cabinet for our toilet paper. We opted not for a tub, and this came with just a shower, so that worked out well. It's a little over 4 feet wide, so it's plenty big, lots of elbow room. So that's been no problem whatsoever. And we've added hooks in here. It came with 4 hooks behind the door, but you can't have too many hooks, too many bins in a tiny house for storage.
Well, come on in here, let me show you the bedroom. One of the things about this tiny house, since we bought it, was already built. If we could have changed one thing, I think we would have liked to have had a pocket door, because with the swinging door, it kind of takes up a little bit of room, and it wasn't an option to put a nightstand next to me, so we had to come up with a kind of a creative solution for that. And so behind the door, we have a book rack that goes flush against the wall. It's only like 6-7 inches deep, and then there's a fold-down little end table that we found that mounts right on the wall. In our bedroom here, what's really great is because the house is 14 foot wide, it doesn't feel like a tiny bedroom. We have full walk around, and we have plenty of room to get all the way around the bed. And we have 2 windows in here. We have 2 good sized slider window, this slider over here and this double hung window here, so we get plenty of light. And then Ellen's side of the bed, she's got plenty of room for an end table, which is great, so she can put her cell phone there. This piece of furniture here is our dresser. We brought this with. It's only about 12, 14 inches deep, which is perfect for this place. So you can see there's plenty of room to get through here. And then we also have more shelving in here. And then one of the things that's great is this house came with the washer dryer stackable, and they've been working great. We really love that. And down here, as you can see, we have a litter box. So we do have an 18-year-old cat. Ebony, and she's kind of shy. Currently, she is hiding under the bed. But what she loves to do is she loves to sleep in this, my sock drawer. She spends most of the day napping in here, and a lot of times she'll sleep in here at night also. She's either in here or in the bathroom. She likes the carpet by the shower. So in here, this is our utility closet, and we have our hot water heater, our pressure tank, a lot of storage. I put these shelves in so we had plenty of extra storage. This is awesome because we can keep our brooms and our vacuum cleaner, those type of things in here. Okay, so this closet here is for our clothes. It's got a light in here. So what's great is plenty of room for us. It goes back in here almost 1.5 feet. When we first moved in, it only had one bar. And then we added the second bar, and so this is as big almost as the closet we had in our last house. Around the corner here, we put some hooks in here, so I'll have like computer bags, hiking bag in there. And Ellen also added these hooks here on the wall here, which has been great for also more hanging stuff. So besides the hooks, one of the things Ellen's really good about organizing, so under the bed we have all kinds of storage containers for seasonal clothes, and then we can easily swap out. And if we need more, then we can actually have room in the shed for some of our bigger coats.
We did have to downsize, back in Missouri, and we knew that.
Yeah.
So we started the process, and what the kids didn't want, which wasn't a lot, we went ahead and sold or gave away. I know the couple that bought our home bought our living room furniture, our dining room furniture. So that worked out great. Some extra bedroom furniture we had, so we were able to bless them with all this furniture that they didn't have.
At a good price.
So yeah, at a good price, but they were thrilled. And then we just picked what we knew was going to fit here. You don't realize, I don't think, how much time you spend. Not that it's not wonderful, having a bigger house is fine. Yeah. When we had the kids at home and stuff, you needed a bigger house. But now we don't. He's concerned about, should something happen to him, would I be able to handle the size of the home, upkeep, cost, and that type of thing. So tiny was good. And it'll be easier for our kids too, because they're not going to have a bunch of things to have to worry about. What are we going to do with it?
The house we had in Missouri, the last four falls, we had so many trees, and I tracked how many hours just leaf blowing, and I spent probably 24 hours of work just rounds and rounds of blowing leaves, burning leaves, those type of things. And so we're here, fall's coming, and no leaves. Okay. Those are simple things that add up to a lot of time and work and energy and money and maintaining. So.
And since we've been here, we have less to do with the house and things, but we've been able to help a couple of different people that we know move. We're freed up more to go help others.
Other people. So what we ended up getting this for, we paid $207, $208 for this. And I said, I did the numbers. If I had started from scratch, I said, oh no, it would have cost you more if you had started from scratch, bought the property, utilities.
In just 2 years, it would have.
Yeah. We're real thrilled with how that worked out, and we prayed hard about it. And one door closed, and God opened the other door. This is a manufactured tiny home, is how it's described by the county. It's on a foundation. It's on a block foundation. So this is 420 square feet, so it's permitted as a regular house. And because of that, we put a good sized down payment, but we still had to have a mortgage. And because I'm a veteran, I was qualified for a VA home loan. So the house is 2x6 constructed. It's very well insulated. The ceiling is a spray foam R38. The floor is R31, and they have regular insulation in the walls of R19. So it does real well in the cold and the heat here. So,
that's great.
But that was huge that I was able to use my VA benefit to buy this place. So moving here definitely was a dream come true for us. We don't want to ever say last stop, but we're hopeful this is last stop. This is our retirement place. We've both had health issues. I had a heart attack. Ellen had a stroke. So to be out here and to live a healthy lifestyle and to get out and walk every day and to be able to protect that investment is huge.
So we've got the usual mortgage insurance, or home insurance, but then to have the American Home Shield home warranty, it's just a good peace of mind on top of that. The home's only, 2 years old?
It'll be 2 years old next month.
But appliances, they don't last 40, 50 years like Grandma's fridge used to, So, again, just having that warranty is it just make us feel better.
Well, getting me married 26 years and married to my best friend, and we're still best friends to this day. So that's been the best part of all of this. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Being able to be here for each other for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
We look forward to going back and visiting family when we can, and we have more opportunity to do that now because we're not tied down to the house.
Yeah. And for the record, she is the better half of this deal by far. So that's for the record.
Thanks for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian, and this is our DIY tiny house on our homestead in Oregon.
Looking for more tiny inspiration? Watch these videos. But if you're looking for something specific, visit our channel homepage to browse tiny homes by category.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Hope to see you soon.